Jai Hind everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel which is Explore Yourselves, Banking and General Knowledge etc. Jai Hind, your daily boost, Tithi Nakshatra and important anniversaries, a spiritual and historical insight of 14th January 2025, Tuesday, Bengali date, 29 पौष 1431. As per Vinimad of Sil Ponjika, today's Tithi is Purnima and up to 0403 hours and after that Krishna Pratibad. Today's Nakshatra is Punarvasu and up to 1055 hours and after that Pusa Nakshatra. Today is 14th day of the year. There are then 351 days left in 2025. Today is the second Tuesday of 2025. Today is Makar Sankranti. Makar Sankranti, also referred to as Uttarayana, Makara or simply Sankranti, is a Hindu observance and a festival usually falling on the date of 14th January annually, 15th January on a leap year. This occasion marks the transition of the sun from the zodiac of Sagittarius Dhanu to Capricorn Makara. Since the sun has made this transition, which coincides with moving from south to north, the festival is dedicated to the solar deity Surya and is observed to mark a new beginning. Many multi-day festivals are organized on this occasion all over India. The festivities associated with Makar Sankranti are known by various names including Sankranti or Pedha Panduga in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, Khichari in Bhojpuri region, Magh Bihu in Assam, Maghi Saji in Himachal Pradesh, Makar Sankranti in Kerala, Karnataka, Maghi Sangrand in Punjab, Pongal in Tamil Nadu, Maghi Sangrand or Uttarayana in Jammu, Sakrat in Haryana, Sakrat in Rajasthan, Sukrat in central India, Uttarayana in Gujarat and Uttar Pradesh, Ghuguti in Uttarakhand, Dahi Chura in Bihar, Makar Sankranti in Odisha, Jharkhand, Maharashtra, Goa, West Bengal, also called Posh Sankranti or Makar Sankranti, Uttar Pradesh, also called Khichdi Sankranti, Uttarakhand, also called Uttarayani, or as simply Maghe Sankranti, Nepal, Sangkran, Thailand, Thingyan, Myanmar, Mohan Sangran, Cambodia, Til Sakrat in Mithila, and Sisur Sankrat, Kashmir. On Makar Sankranti, Surya, Hindu solar deity, is worshipped along with Vishnu and goddess Lakshmi throughout India. Makar Sankranti is observed with social festivities such as colorful decorations, rural children going house to house, singing and asking for treats in some areas, melas, fairs, dances, kite flying, bonfires, feasts. The Magh Mela is mentioned in the Hindu epic Mahabharata. Many observers go to sacred rivers or lakes and bathe in ceremony of thanks to the sun. Every 12 years, the Hindus observe Makar Sankranti and Kumbh Mela, one of the world's largest mass pilgrimage, with an estimated 60 to 100 million people attending the event. At this event, they say a prayer to the sun and bathe at the Prayagraj confluence of the river Ganga and river Jamuna, a tradition attributed to Adi Sankaracharya. Makar Sankranti is a time of celebration and thanksgiving and is marked by a variety of rituals and tradition. Today is Pongal. Pongal, also referred to as Thai Pongal, is a multi-day Hindu harvest festival celebrated by Tamils. It is observed in the month of Thai according to the Tamil solar calendar and usually falls on 14th or 15th January. It is dedicated to Surya, the solar deity in Hinduism, and corresponds to Makar Sankranti. The Hindu observance celebrated under many regional names throughout the Indian subcontinent. The festival is celebrated over 3 or 4 days with Bhogi, Surya Pongal, Mattu Pongal, and Kanum Pongal observed on consecutive days. According to tradition, the festival marks the end of winter solstice and the start of the sun's 6-month-long journey northwards, called Uttarayana, when the sun enters Capricorn. The festival is named after the ceremonial Pongal, which means to boil, overflow, and refers to the traditional dish prepared from the new harvest of rice boiled in milk with jaggery. Mattu Pongal is meant for celebration of cattle when the cattle are bathed, their horns polished and painted in bright colors, garlands of flowers placed around their necks, and processions. It is traditionally an occasion for decorating rice powder based column artworks, offering prayers in the home, temples, getting together with family and friends, and exchanging gifts to renew social bonds of solidarity. Pongal is one of the most important festivals celebrated by Tamil people in Tamil Nadu and other parts of South India. It is also a major Tamil festival in Sri Lanka and observed by the Tamil diaspora worldwide. Today is Kumbh Mela. Kumbh Mela or Kumbh Mela is a major pilgrimage and festival in Hinduism. On 4th February 2019, Kumbh Mela witnessed the largest public gatherings of Hindus ever recorded. It is celebrated in a cycle of approximately 12 years to celebrate every revolution Brihaspati Jupiter completes. Kumbh is mainly held at four riverside pilgrimage sites, namely Prayagraj, Ganges, Jamuna Saraswati rivers confluence, Haridwar, Ganges, Nasik, Godavari, and Ujjain, Sipra. But now the Kumbh Mela has been revived at a fifth place too. The other jubilated Kumbh Mela is celebrated at Bansberia Triveni Sangam in West Bengal at the confluence of Hooghly and Saraswati River. Dates back thousands of years but was stopped 700 years ago. But this Kumbh Mela has been reopened since 2022. The festival is marked by a ritual dip in the waters, but it is also a celebration of community commerce with numerous fairs, education, religious discourses by saints, mass gatherings of monks, and entertainment. The seekers believe that bathing in these rivers is a means to prayaschitta, atonement, penance, restorative action for past mistakes, and that is cleanness them of their sins. The festival is traditionally credited to the 8th century Hindu philosopher and Saint Adi Sankara as a part of his efforts to start major Hindu gatherings for philosophical discussions and debates along with Hindu monasteries across the Indian subcontinent. However, there is no historical literary evidence of this mass pilgrimage called Kumbh Mela prior to the 19th century. There is ample evidence in historical manuscripts and inscriptions of an annual Magha Mela in Hinduism, with periodic larger gatherings after 6 or 12 years, where pilgrims gathered in massive numbers and where one of the rituals included a sacred dip in a river or holy tank. According to Cam MacLean, the socio-political developments during the colonial era and a reaction to Orientalism led to the rebranding and remobilization of the ancient Magha Mela as the modern era Kumbh Mela, particularly after the Indian Rebellion of 1857. The weeks over which the festival is observed cycle at each site approximately once every 12 years based on the Hindu lunisolar calendar and the relative astrological positions of Jupiter, the Sun, and the Moon. The difference in Prayag and Haridwar festivals is about 6 years, and both feature a Maha, major, and Ardho, half Kumbh Melas. The exact years, particularly for the Kumbh Melas at Ujjain and Nasik, have been a subject of dispute in the 20th century. The Nasik and Ujjain festivals have been celebrated in the same year or 1 year apart, typically about 3 years after the Allahabad or Prayagraj Kumbh Mela. Elsewhere in many parts of India, similar but smaller community pilgrimage and bathing festivals are called the Magho Mela, Makor Mela or equivalent. For example, in Tamil Nadu, the Magho Mela with water deep ritual is a festival of antiquity. This festival is held at the Muhammadam tank near Kaveri River every 12 years at Kumbhakonam attracts millions of South Indian Hindus and has been described as the Tamil Kumbh Mela. Other places where the Magho Mela or Mokar Mela, bathing pilgrimage and fairs have been called Kumbh Mela include Kurukshetra, Sonipat and Panauti, Nepal. The Kumbh Melas have 3 dates around which the significant majority of pilgrims and participate, while the festival itself lasts between 1 and 3 months around these dates. Each festival attracts millions with the largest gatherings at the Prayag Kumbh Mela and the second largest at Haridwar. According to the Encyclopedia Britannica and Indian authorities, more than 200 million Hindus gathered for the Kumbh Mela in 2019, including 50 million on the festival's most crowded day. The festival is one of the largest peaceful gatherings in the world and considered as the world's largest congregation of religious pilgrims. It has been inscribed on the UNESCO's representative list of intangible cultural heritage of humanity. The festival is observed over many days, with the day of Amavasya attracting the largest number on a single day. The Kumbh Mela authorities said that the largest one-day attendance at the Kumbh Mela was 30 million on 10th February 2013 and 50 million on 4th February 2019. Today is Uttarayana. The term Uttarayana, commonly Uttarayanam, is derived from two different Sanskrit words, Uttaram, north, and Ayanam, movement, thus indicating the northward movement of the sun. In the Gregorian calendar, this pertains to the actual movement of the sun with respect to the earth, also known as the 6-month period that occurs between the winter solstice and summer solstice, approximately 20th December to 20th June. According to the Indian solar calendar, it refers to the movement of the sun through the zodiac. This difference is because the solstices continually precede at a rate of 50 arc seconds per year due to the precession of the equinoxes. That is, this difference is the difference between the sidereal and tropical zodiacs. The Surya Siddhanta bridges this difference by juxtaposing the 4 celestial and equinoctial points with 4 of the 12 boundaries of the Rasis. The complement of the Uttarayana is the Dakshinayana, the southward movement of the sun. It is the period between Karaka Sankranti and Makara Sankranti as per the sidereal zodiac and between the summer solstice and the winter solstice as per the tropical zodiac. Today is International Kite Day. Gujarat celebrates over 200 festivals annually, with the International Kite Festival Uttarayan being one of the largest. Months in advance, locals prepare special box kites for this grand event. Uttarayan marks the transition of winter to summer on the Indian calendar, signaling the onset of the harvest season, Makara Sankranti. It is a significant day for farmers and is celebrated with kite competitions across Gujarat. The 2-day public holiday sees markets bustling with kite buyers and festivities featuring local delicacies like undiyu, chikki, and jalebi. In 2012, Gujarat's Kite Festival drew participants from 42 countries, aiming for a Guinness World Record. Today is Ganga Sagar Snan. Ganga Sagar Snan, also known as the Ganga Sagar Mela or Ganga Sagar Jatra, is a yearly religious festival that takes place on Sagar Island in West Bengal. It is a gathering of Hindu pilgrims who take a holy dip in the Ganga River at the point where it meets the Bay of Bengal. The festival takes place on or around Makara Sankranti, which is usually around January 14. In 2025, the festival will take place from January 10 to 18. Today is Magh Bihu. Magh Bihu, also called Bhogoli Bihu of eating bhog, that is enjoyment, or Maghar Domhai, is a harvest festival celebrated in Assam, Northeast India, which marks the end of harvesting season in the month of Magh, January-February. A bonfire, Meji, is lit for the ceremonial conclusion and prayer to the god of fire. The festival is developed by the Tibeto-Burman cultures and festivals Magan of Kachari. Magh Bihu, a harvest festival in Assam, is celebrated on both January 14 and 15. January 14, the eve of Magh Bihu, known as Uruka, is celebrated on this day. People build a temporary set called Belaghar and have a community feast. January 15, Magh Bihu is celebrated on this day. Today is Makara Bhilakku. Makara Bhilakku is an annual festival held on Makara Sankranti in Kerala, India, at the shrine of Sabarimala. The festival includes the Tiruvavaranam, sacred ornaments of the deity Ayappan, procession and a congregation at the hill shrine of Sabarimala. An estimated 500,000 devotees flow to Sabarimala every year to have a darshan of this ritual this day. Today is Mahayana New Year. Mahayana New Year is a Buddhist holiday that celebrates the birth, enlightenment, and passing of the Buddha. It's a time for reflection, meditation, and community, and is considered one of the most important events in the Buddhist calendar. Here are some things to know about Mahayana New Year. When is it celebrated? The date varies by country and tradition, but it's often celebrated on the full moon in January or on January 1, along with the Gregorian New Year. In 2025, Mahayana New Year will be celebrated on Tuesday, January 14. Today is Hazrat Ali's birthday. Hazrat Ali, also known as Ali ibn Abu Talib, is a revered figure for Muslims globally, born in the sacred sanctuary of Kaaba in Mecca. Considered the first Imam and respected for his bravery in battles, he played a pivotal role in reviving Muslim culture and traditions. Hazrat Ali's birthday falls on the 13th day of Islamic month of Rajab, with the 2025 celebration observed on 14th of January. Despite being celebrated worldwide, Hazrat Ali's birthday is not a public holiday in most places. In India, it's designated as an optional holiday, allowing employees to choose whether to take the day off. Uttar Pradesh, however, marks it as a public holiday where mosques are adorned, prayers are offered, and families gather to commemorate Hazrat Ali's contributions. Today is Armed Forces Veterans Day. Armed Forces Veterans Day is observed annually in India on 14 January to honor and recognize the contributions and sacrifices of veterans who have served in the Indian Armed Forces. This day is a mark of respect and gratitude for their selfless service to the nation and their continued role in inspiring future generations. The day acknowledges the invaluable service and sacrifices of retired military personnel who dedicated their lives to the defense of the nation. Veterans continue to be a symbol of unity and inspire younger generations with their stories of courage, discipline, and patriotism. The day commemorates the retirement of Field Marshal K.M. Cariappa, the first Indian Commander-in-Chief of the Indian Army, who retired on 14 January 1953. Today is World Logic Day. World Logic Day is an international day proclaimed by UNESCO in association with International Council of Philosophy and Human Sciences (CIPSH) in November 2019 to be celebrated on 14th January every year. It was first celebrated on 14 January 2019 before the UNESCO declaration. World Logic Day intends to bring the intellectual history, conceptual significance, and practical implications of logic to the attention of interdisciplinary science communities and the broader public. Today is death anniversary of Mr. Hubert Cecil Booth, 4th July 1871 to 14th January 1955. Hubert Cecil Booth was an English engineer best known for having invented one of the first powered vacuum cleaners. He also designed Ferris wheels, suspension bridges, and factories. Later, he became chairman and managing director of the British Vacuum Cleaner and Engineering Company. Today is birth anniversary of Sir Chintaman Dwarkanath Deshmukh, 14 January 1896 to 2nd October 1982. Sir Chintaman Dwarakanath Deshmukh was an Indian civil servant and the first Indian to be appointed the Governor of the Reserve Bank of India in 1943 by the British Raj authorities. He subsequently served as the Finance Minister in the Union Cabinet 1950 to 1956. It was during this time that he also became a founding member of the governing body of NCAER, the National Council of Applied Economic Research in New Delhi, India's first independent economic policy institute established in 1956 at the behest of Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. After resignation from United Cabinet, he worked as chairman of UGC 1956 to 1961. He served as Vice Chancellor of University of Delhi 1962 to 67. He was also President of Indian Statistical Institute from 1945 to 1964, Honorary Chairman of National Book Trust 1957 to 1960. He founded India International Center in 1959 and served as lifetime President of it. He was also Chairman of Indian Institute of Public Administration. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Nihar Ranjan Rai, 14th January 1903 to 30th August 1981. Nihar Ranjan Rai was an Indian Bengali historian, well known for his works on the history of art and Indian history. He was a renowned historian, was one of India's last great polymaths. He has written extensively and authoritatively on a vast range of subjects including art, classical and modern literature, history, religion, politics and biography. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Kaifi Azmi, 14th January 1919 to 10th May 2002. Kaifi Azmi, born Athar Hussain Rizvi, was an Indian Urdu poet. He is remembered as the one who brought Urdu literature to Indian motion pictures. Together with Pirzada Qasim, John Elia, and others, he participated in many memorable Musaira gatherings of the 20th century. He was also a communist who wanted to see India one day become a socialist state. His wife was theatre and film actress Shaukat Kaifi. Today is birth anniversary of Miss Mahasata Devi, 14th January 1926 to 28th July 2016. Mahasata Devi was an Indian writer in Bengali and an activist. Her notable literary works include Hajar Churasir Ma, Rudali, and Aranyer Udhikar. She was a leftist who worked for the rights and empowerment of the tribal people, Lodha and Sabar of West Bengal, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, and Chhattisgarh states of India. She was honored with various literary awards such as the Sahitya Academy Award in Bengali, Jnanpith Award, and Raman Magsaysay Award, along with India's civilian awards Padma Shri and Padma Vibhushan. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Albert Schweitzer, 14 January 1875 to 4 September 1965. Ludwig Philipp Albert Schweitzer was a German and French polymath from Alsace. He was a theologian, organist, musicologist, writer, humanitarian, philosopher, and physician. As a Lutheran minister, Schweitzer challenged both the secular view of the historical Jesus as depicted by the historical critical method current at this time, as well as the traditional Christian view. His contributions to the interpretations of the Pauline Christianity concern the role of Paul's mysticism of being in Christ as primary and the doctrine of justification by faith as secondary. He received the 1952 Nobel Peace Prize for his philosophy of reverence for life, becoming the eighth Frenchman to be awarded that prize. His philosophy was expressed in many ways, but most famously in founding the and sustaining the Hospital Albert Schweitzer in Lambaréné, French Equatorial Africa, now Gabon. As a music scholar and organist, he studied the music of German composer Johann Sebastian Bach and influenced the organ reform movement. Today is death anniversary of Mr. Alan Rickman, 21st February 1946 to 14th January 2016. Alan Sidney Patrick Rickman was an English actor and director, known for his distinctive deep languid voice. He trained at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art in London and became a member of the Royal Shakespeare Company, performing in modern and classical theatre productions. He played the Vicomte de Valmont in the Odyssey stage production of Les Liaisons Dangerous in 1985, and after the production transferred to the West End in 1986 and Broadway in 1987, he was nominated for a Tony Award. Rickman made his film debut as the German criminal mastermind Hans Gruber in Die Hard 1988. He won the BAFTA Award for Best Actor in Supporting Role for his role as the Sheriff of Nottingham in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves 1991. He earned critical acclaim for Truly, Madly, Deeply 1991 and Awfully Big Adventure, Sense and Sensibility both 1995 and Michael Collins 1996. He went on to play a Severus Snape in all 8 films of the Harry Potter series, beginning with Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone 2001 and concluding with Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 2011. His other notable film roles include those in Weasley Down under 1990, Dogma, Galaxy Quest both 1999, Love Actually 2003, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy 2005, Sweeney Todd, The Demon Barber of Fleet Street 2007, Alice in Wonderland 2010, its 2016 sequel, and Eye in the Sky 2015. He directed the films in Winter Guest 1997 and Little Chows 2014. Rickman made his television debut playing Tybalt in Romeo and Juliet 1978 as part of the BBC's Shakespeare series. His breakthrough role was Obadiah Slope in the BBC's adaptation of the Barchester Chronicles 1982. He later starred in television films portraying Grigory Rasputin in the HBO film Rasputin, Dark Servant of Destiny 1996, which won him a Primetime Emmy Award, Golden Globe Award, and Screen Actors Guild Award, and placed Alfred Blalock in the HBO film Something the Lord Made 2004. In 2009, The Guardian named him one of the best actors never to have received an Academy Award nomination. Rickman died of pancreatic cancer on 14 January 2016 at the age of 69. Today is death anniversary of Mr. Bipin Bihari Ganguly, 5th November 1887 to 14 January 1954. Bipin Bihari Ganguly was a prominent Indian freedom fighter and revolutionary associated with the Indian independence movement. He was a member of the Anushilon Samiti, a secret revolutionary organization in Bengal that opposed British rule through armed resistance. Ganguly played a key role in several revolutionary activities, including attempted attacks on British officials and other anti-colonial actions. Bipin Bihari Ganguly was later involved in the Indian National Congress, where he continued his contributions to India's independence through political means. His dedication to the nationalist cause saw him endure multiple imprisonments by the British. Despite these hardships, he remained steadfast in his commitments to India's freedom until it was achieved in 1947. Thank you very much for your patience.